Don't waste your time with the likes of Bugattis, Ferraris, or Teslas. Wonder Woman, Angelina Jolie, and those who are ready to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a bike like a Harley-Davidson or a BMW love them. Gal Gadot has made $30 million thanks to her fast rise to fame as Hollywood's coolest lady. Even though she played Wonder Woman, fans of the Fast and Furious movie series still recognize her as Giselle. She was renowned for riding a Ducati Monster SR2 that cost between $4,000 and $8,000. She bought one for herself since she loved riding the bike that made her famous. Although Wonder Woman may be able to travel at supersonic speeds, we doubt that Gadot is capable of running at 127 miles per hour. For that, even real-life Amazons may require a Ducati. Speaking of Fast and Furious, Michelle Rodriguez is the only cast member that, in my opinion, can ride a bike as well as Giselle. Her F9 persona Letty is well known for riding around on her 2000 Harley-Davidson Sportster Iron. It is capable of outracing Dom's mounts. That was, of course, before the NOS. Rodriguez enjoys these rides just as much as her on-screen counterpart. However, I must admit that Michelle bikes far more stylishly than Letty does, which makes sense given that Rodriguez has established a blazing $25 million bank account. Is anyone a more unlikely actress to be seen riding than the $120 million starlet Angelina Jolie? Her Lara Croft crossed the Great Wall of China on a Yamaha TRX 850, and it appeared that she thoroughly enjoyed the ride. However, she seemed to enjoy her ride from Salt even more because she took home the Triumph Street RRR from the movie, which was valued at $10,000. Depending on who you ask, Megan Fox's $8 million acting career's best or worst moment was her appearance in Transformers 2 leaned over a motorcycle for the film. It's no secret that she detested filming that sequence, but because to her new partner in crime, Kelly, she was able to get back on a motorcycle. His Harley, which resembles an Iron 883 and cost roughly $10,000, was seen being driven by Hollywood's newest power couple. When Kelly was pulled over for not wearing a helmet or having a valid driver's license, it was a lot less amusing. That was not a scene from Transformers. Does anyone out there have a better life than John Mulaney? He's currently smitten with Olivia Munn, one of the most coveted women on the internet. Before seeing the $25 million star riding around on her Triumph Bonneville, you'd think Munn was cool enough. For the top models, these vehicles can cost more than $22,000. Then there's the $18,000 BMW R120 she bought for a partner who urged her to return it after they broke up and got a refund on it. In the end, she decided to keep it for herself, even though she's apprehensive about driving it at its 109 horsepower, 140 miles per hour top speed. Pink has made a name for herself as one of the pop music's toughest females. It would be strange if she didn't own a motorcycle after making over $200 million from this photograph. Her amazing collection includes a $10,000 Triumph Bonneville T100 and a $9,000 Harley-Davidson Sportster XL Iron 883. Her BMX star spouse, Carrie Hart, is said to have given her a bespoke motorcycle with camo print and a Rosie as a gift. Based on her best estimates, the riveter on the rear is worth at least $25,000 in gold. She wanted a child, but her husband gave her a bike instead, a new $14.4 thousand Indian Scout. The advantages of being married to a BMX star are undeniable. With Katee Sackhoff's cool credentials, few actresses like her have made $4 million. In her spare time, she likes to ride motorcycles. Sackhoff is well known in the motorcycle community for her penchant for Harley-Davidsons. When she got her CVO breakthrough, which presumably cost her roughly $20,000 at the time, she showed it off on Twitter. Then again, she's also a big fan of custom-built vehicles. Classified Moto's transformation of a $3,000 1987 Honda XL600R into a bespoke KT600 is maybe our most spectacular. As part of this process, a ZX6R front end was used, pegs that resembled her Harleys and a stainless steel exhaust. Tricia Helfer also enjoys purchasing bicycles with her $10 million fortune. Helfer and Sackhoff agreed to take part in a charity ride that followed the path taken by Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper in the 1969 biker film Easy Rider, and they produced a documentary about the journey while they rode as outlaws to show off their BMWs. Because they're both Harley chicks, this is quite interesting. Her first Harley was a $15,000 wide glide. Eventually, she had to switch to a lighter Harley-Davidson Sportster because it was just too much for her. A Harley-Davidson Rocker C that her husband bought her for Christmas was sold, and she now rides a $20,000 Harley-Davidson. Films like The Fifth Element and the Resident Evil franchise have earned Milla Jovovich a total of $50 million. It's no wonder that the flicks included some fantastic bikes, given how frequently motorcycles appeared in the rest of the franchise. Survivor star Milla Jovovich is a huge BMW enthusiast, as seen by the 15,000 R9T she drove in the film. That seems to be a common occurrence. In her films, Jovovich is obsessed with BMW motorcycles. For example, a BMW R1150R with a price tag of $9.9 thousand made it into the program. One of the Resident Evil Apocalypse motorcycles was a $5,000 BMW K1200R, which was also utilized in the final chapter of Resident Evil. Despite her best efforts, she has never appeared in a BMW commercial. A woman wealthy $1.7 billion can afford to be one of the least subdued artists working today. How does Rihanna go the extra mile when she wants to show off her enthusiasm for breaking stereotypes and motorbike culture? The actress is a huge fan of motorcycles and the motorcycle culture, as evidenced by her 16,000 BMW S1000RR from her Needed Me video. Caramel Curves, an all-women motorcycle club in New Orleans, were included in her size-inclusive Fenty lingerie line to advertise it. I wouldn't expect an actress like Keira Knightley to own a motorcycle Ducati Scrambler Cafe Racer 11.9 thousand Scrambler. Her total net worth is $80 million, so that's a pittance. So from now on, I won't question her again. My money's on her action movie series in which she drives a car and fires two Uzis at the same time. These days, nearly everything Demi Lovato does becomes an instant cultural touchstone. The way to a $40 million fortune is to do that. When she rode a Harley-Davidson night rod in her Confident music video, following her battle with Michelle Rodriguez, sales of the 16.9 thousand night rod went up. On a traditional blue bicycle, she has also endorsed Skechers. A motorbike ride isn't always a dream come true. It may sometimes be a nightmare. Jaime Alexander, who has been in multiple high-profile parts in the Thor and Blind Spot franchises, has only made $4 million. Her Harley Iron 883, a $9,000 model, was the love of her life. Despite the fact that she no longer rides the bike, she constantly updates her Instagram account with pictures of it. Has Cher even done anything that she hasn't? As a 16-year-old singer with a Sonny Bono in 1964, she became a pop star. She's now worth $360 million. Only one thing has endured longer than her fame, and that is her passion of bikes and bikers. She was 14 when she went for her first Harley-Davidson ride and fell in love. As a result, she's appeared numerous times at bike shows and charitable events since then. Sadly, she had to give up her 1994 Fat Boy, which was worth $4,400. For as long as she's a pop queen, she'll remain a motorcycle queen. With a following of 1.2 billion, it's safe to say that Kim Kardashian is one of the most well-known celebrities in the United States right now. She's also become quite obsessed with riding bicycles. She and Cher posed in vintage Harleys with Naomi Scott, the supermodel, for a photo shoot worth about $20,000 each. This was a dream come true for Kim, who considers Cher her idol and likes Harley so much that she outfits her children in their clothing. When Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana, she was a star. She's made a concerted effort to erase the Disney image she had as a child. Work worth $160 million. Her love of biking has been a part of that journey. In 2013, Billy Ray Cyrus, her father, gave her a $24,000 Can-Am Spyder. Since then, she's grown fond of vintage Harleys, as one would expect of a Hollywood actress. Even during her live performances, she frequently employs them as stage props. That's something you've never seen Hannah Montana do. A Jessica Jones return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is only a matter of time away. It would be great if she rides in with Mike Holter's Luke Cage on his Harley FXDB Dinah Street Bob, which costs $14,000. It's either that or she'll show up on the very bike Ritter used to post for Esquire in the first place. It's not uncommon for teenagers to remember their lovely 16th birthdays with fond memories. Drew Barrymore, on the other hand, has one of the most fascinating backstories of anyone I've ever met. Her joyride with Keanu Reeves was way cooler than her BMX sequence in Charlie's Angels, in which she went full power on the bike. On a motorcycle ride in 1991, the 27-year-old actor took Barrymore for a spin at breakneck speeds. Only so many bikes did Reeves have in '91, when he had a remarkable collection. I'd like to think that his 1987 purchase of a $12,000 Norton Commando 850 MK two-way was his second ever motorcycle purchase. Her statement that he drove her at the warp pace of her life, even with her current fortune of $125 million, is a perfect fit for these vehicles, which can reach 115 miles per hour. That's all for today. How about you? Who would you like to ride a motorcycle with? Join the conversation in the comment section below. Please click the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy the video. We'll see you in the next one.